No pit stops, no strategy. It's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Here we are, the Hungarian Rampage. I'm very happy for the Silverstone Rampage. Sure, Russell put in the spectacular racing. Absolutely took the fish lead for the third time in Silverstone. Obviously, he won many times on different tracks, but in Silverstone he never won it. But he finally did it, and I'm so happy. And going into Hungarian, Toro Sire had outperformed Russell in practice section. But practice, it's irrelevant right now, because all that matter is the qualifying, how the Toro Sire do against George Russell and everybody else, obviously, that this Hungarian qualifier. The third run
Push down to P17.
of 2-1 is now underway. Before we go any further on the qualifying, I just want to do a recap on the Lava standing. So Lando Norris is in the lead in the Lava Championship with 132 points. Short Russell is 4 points behind with 128 after a fantastic victory in Silverstone that he managed to shoot the gap quite nicely. Leclerc in third, Piastri in fourth, still in play, but I think it's likely to go down to top two potentially, with Bortonetto in fifth and Russell teammate Carlos Sainz is down in 11th. Let's hope it doesn't break the pointless story. He scored no points for 5 straight races. Let's hope he breaks it for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We're nearly done with the third one. It's not so bad, but let's just see where we're gonna come out. P6.
Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16.
Here we go. Very good time. Come on. Yes, P6. That's positive. At least we know top 10 is very doable for Shires. And the bottom 6 that are out for 2-1 is Jack Torfor, Dan Maloney, Liam Lawson, Martin, Taylor Bernard, and Lisa for sure. Oh, damn it. Lot bit of a time there. So let's see what Toro started to do on his fourth run, basically. Is it enough? Let's find out. Come on, Toro. 5-10. Bam! Improvement. The bottom 6 that are out is Debbie Bortonetto, Esteban Ocon, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Behrman, and Franco Quilapito. Let's see what Hungarian Grand Prix got in store for us.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. 14 corners then for our drivers to navigate at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring today. It's 6 lefts and 8 rights around a lap here, with average speeds in the region of 120 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Oscar Piastri lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Tsunoda, Russell, Pierre Gasly and Albon, Hadjar, Doohan, Aaron and Tim Tramnitz, Colapinto, Behrman, Carlos Sainz and Leclerc, Ocon, Bortoletto, Richard Verschoor and Taylor Barnard, Pepe Marti, Lawson, Maloney and Jack Crawford rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, former racing driver herself, Naomi Schiff. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race. But I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's have a comms check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
The Hungarian.
Okay, you know this, but this track needs a lot of downforce, and as such,
It's
we're not
going
going
to
to have quite
be
the same top speed as other circuits.
fantastic.
The good news, though, is that it's going to make
I hope,
DRS
I hope.
even more powerful. So try to make the most of it in the race and quali if you can.
Because even though we started P13, I can envision Steyer doing really well. I'm not sure, qualify P4. A2 bad for him, isn't it? But let's see how can he do. But then, hopefully he will beat Lando Norris. That's all he needs to beat Lando, and he will take the lead in the championship as long as more than 4 points. That's all he needs to take the lead in the championship before we head over to the second part of the season. So let's find out how the racing will go as we're going to do formation lap. Alright, we're now getting ready to line up to the grid. The tyre, it seemed fairly readable, but let's see what we can do with Carlos side.
Super.
Hopefully,
There, mate. Let's make sure we get
we'll
to
have
the
a
surrounding drivers as the lights go out.
positive racing. That's what we need. So let's do. And we are waiting for the 5 line for the 100 Grand Prix, and it now underway with the Piastri leading out the pole position with Lando Norris in the second place, and Russell did manage to move up and it's looking to become a 3-wide going down in turn 1. The Piastri still in the lead, but Lando Norris trying everything to hold on to the section as short Russell is looking to make a move going down the inside, and we've got the live timing of Carlos side. It made a move to himself up into P10, and it seems like he might not get it. No, he does not. And short Russell move into second place. Fantastic job from Short Russell at that. It's the start we'd like to see, because we want Russell to be ahead of Lando Norris to continue shipping away all of the gap in the championship and potentially take the lead of the World Championship before the summer break begins. But as of right now, Carlos made a good progress up to P11. Not too shabby, but behind Paul Albon and the has showed himself making a fantastic turnaround this season campaign, and I'm excited to see what the has to deliver this season, because we got both of them in the top 10, and that is pretty good start so far for their weekend. But here's a replay of the race start. Are we on board with the hat? We've got two of them, behind each other, alongside each other tactically, but not really. But there is one of the hat driver who opted for the inside line, and he overtook, basically almost the car. He managed to stay away from the car behind that almost overtook, then made a double overtake on his teammate and the Aston Martin, but then the Aston Martin started coming back on the inside and the hard driver had managed to get the exit they needed, and that would be Tim Tradner. And here's another one, and that is from George Russell, because they almost turned it into 4-1, but there's a reason why it happened to Piastri. Covered off George Russell. Piastri playing not a team game with Lando Norris, but there was a slip in, then cut over the block Russell in order to help Lando try to get through, but as you can see, didn't quite work out. And another replay that is on Toro's side, who obviously made the move going up on the outside of turn 1. Absolutely fantastic, and that saw himself up into P11, so that was obviously a fantastic job from Toro's side and everybody else who had made a fantastic product. And we do have UT Tsunoda, who is now got to battle with Gasly, but now heading into lap 3. UT Tsunoda still in P5, but we do have Alex Albon looking to make a move on UT Tsunoda on the inside. Alex Albon looking to make a side by side, but Albon got the DR, what UT did pretty much nothing. And behind is Isack Hadjar, who is now going to have an attempt to try and overtake if he can. And Toro's side, who's still in P11, but of course we want to manage the tyre. We do not want to burn it too early, get so much wear on the tyre. That would be very, very bad for Toro's side, because he had no points, be unlucky, and we want to try to help him to manage the tyre and make sure he gets the chance to, short and point if possible. And we in lap 6, we've got George Russell, who basically did nothing to stay in this light, land another, with robbing it all over the place to try to find the gap. We don't know, but we fast forward heading into the final corner on the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have Lando Norris, who is now going to get such a chance, such an attempt to try to get past George Russell, and it seems like he might be able to do it. He showed on the outside line, bit of a wobble again, but it didn't matter, because into turn 1, Lando Norris has the exit that he needed to help himself, and is now side by side. George Russell needs to try and keep himself ahead. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Lando Norris takes the second place, and George Russell in third, with Pierre Gasly in fourth place. But now it's pretty much second, third, and fourth. They are likely to be fighting for the second place. Alex Albon, who pretty much got nothing around him, no one in front of him that is close, no one behind is that close. The Albon pretty much in a very good clear air. But have a look on board with UT Tsunoda, who's in P6 with him, are actually the leader of the train, the other train that goes all the way down to Tina Bernard. That is absolutely massive train that UT Tsunoda is leading all the way down to Tina Bernard. It is going to be absolutely crazy, but we all know having so much like the other trainer, it tends to make the racing a little bit boring, but not for the top 5, because Gasly and Russell is now having a battle, and Russell is still trying to hold on to the podium, and unfortunately he's going to have a bit of a hard time, because he failed to stay ahead in that play against Lando, and it looked like it happened again against Gasly, and Gasly had managed to make it through, and Russell seems to have a little pace loss, because he has lost a bit of a time to Gasly, 2 seconds. So unfortunate, but so has Toro's side, because he is now in the fight with Oliver, but Franco Colapito goes through. What to move from Franco Colapito? He spotted an opportunity and he took it and went past Oliver Behrman, and that because Russell was hard to defend the line, and Behrman that he couldn't really do anything, and that ended up allowing Franco Colapito jointly. But in lap 13, it's been swapped back to that right now with Behrman into P12, but Charles Leclerc is not having a good racing at all. He's in P14, yeah. Like, we haven't seen him actually making any progress on the movement. That is very unfortunate for Charles Leclerc. But we're now heading into lap 15 of the piazza. He is looking to dominate. He is looking to dominate the Hungarian Grand Prix. 8.9 seconds ahead of his teammate Piastri is doing a fantastic job with Lando Sutton definitely in third and Russell in fourth place. So Russell, as you see, is losing more time, but he's not losing that much to Alex Albon. So it seems like the top we had got much more different pace compared to Russell. But we now got some fighting going on down the part of the other train, and that is Isack Hadjar and Tim Tranmere. He now got the chance to put himself up into P7 with Hadjar trying to keep that from him, but he couldn't do it. Hadjar looked back into P8 and Tranmere had moved up into P7. Now that is an exceptional look we are seeing from Tim Tranmere, but now into lap 17, going towards the lap 18, we are now got the Piastri decided to put in this lap, which is not for the long time anyway. The Piastri coming in to put a different tyre on. Is it going to be a good stop or not? He got a bit of advantage with 8 seconds, and it's a slow stop on the right rear, but is that going to cost him loads of time? Don't forget, he had 8.9 second lead over Lando Norris, so that pit lane lot with at least 5 seconds in the pit, so he should be fine. In theory, should be fine, but we'll see what happens. We've got Alex Albon, who is the leading Mercedes driver so far this weekend, doing an exceptional job. Yuki Tsunoda is now in the pit. We've got more cars coming in. Hadjar, then Paul Albon, then Carlos Sainz, and Pepe Martin and everybody, and some of them stayed out of the court, and we now got Carlos Sainz. It's a slow stop. It's a slow stop for Carlos Sainz. Again, I swear, this man is so unlucky in every situation. He is the unluckiest man. I don't know what it is, but he is genuinely the unluckiest man so far this season. 5 straight races that he scored no point after the first 2, and that obviously sucks so much for Carlos Sainz, and now he seems like might not be able to score any points this weekend. But we now have the race leader Lando Norris. It's boxing out. It's been held by Gasly, who has gone past him. The Lando Norris lost at least 1-2 seconds almost. Leaves too much gap on Piastri, because it seemed irrelevant, because 8.4 seconds, so Piastri losing loads of time. Lando Norris lose a bit of a time. It's irrelevant because it made up for the net time, so basically 5 seconds, 2 seconds, boom, 8 seconds, so it seems to be positive. I don't know, it seems like McLaren might be playing a game. Who knows what they're doing? I'm just stirring up the problem, but we now got Carlos going through the pit. Still P11 though, after that awful stop, we still P11. That's solid, that is solid. I'm happy about that, but we need now take down and try and just move up the order is what we need to do. But despite having a slow stop, he still managed to be in P11, so tactically he didn't really lose too much of a position anyway, but he's outside point, and that is not good. And we now got Tranmere, who's in P6, actually managed to jump ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, who's in P7, Paul Albon, P8, Behrman, P9, Hadjar in P10, with Carlos Sainz behind in P11, with Pepe Martin. It's chasing after Carlos Sainz, and it definitely do seem that Pepe Martin could be doing something really special. And there's the crash! Hadjar and Carlos Sainz came together. What on earth had just happened there?
A big incident in front of you. Red flag, red flag. We'll update you in the pits. Everyone's okay.
Okay, that... I don't know who the... So here's the replay of what happened between Sainz and Hadjar. they crash. But how did they manage to do it? So we got Hadjar in front of a span, and Torosar continued thinking there was a gap he can get through, but unfortunately that was not the case.
If we want to.
Well, it's a red flag. We not Hadjar. He spun. He. I tried to answer for my. I saw the gap. I was gonna take it if I had to join the match. That's absolutely fine. There's still a gap, but he still came. He didn't break. He didn't break hard enough, and it just tapped long. They absolutely nothing to done in that situation. We were unlucky. That's all I can say. But hopefully with the next flat, we might get a second chance. I don't know where we're gonna be. We pretty much fouled out the order. We got stuck, and I didn't revert enough. I didn't even move. So that was unfortunate. But we're doing a medium tire. Let's see what the second chance got for us. Let's go. Why are we?
Wait in just a moment.
And now, the red flag is over. The race for the Hungarian Grand Prix now getting ready to go underway once again. And Otto Piastri starting on the pole, but he's not the chance of domination. But Landonari is now looking to make a move on the inside of 3-1, and it's Gasly that goes ahead of Otto Piastri. Are we on board with Torosar, who may move up into P13, and he's now looking to make a move. Yes, he does. He sent it down the inside, made a triple overtake that put him into P10. Wow, what a move from Torosar. That was phenomenal move that he managed to pull off, as we might say. The red flag actually gave Torosar a second chance and potentially to help Russell out, but Landonari knocked it star for that man, knocked it star. Absolutely brilliant job. And here's a replay of Torosar, how he managed to move up on the order. As you can see, Isack Hadjar had to start, but then somehow fell back down to Fortunato, and Torosar opted on routing out. That exactly like what he did in lap 1, and he made a good exit and got ahead, and now looking to the inside and made the triple overtake. Absolutely splendid overtake that he has pulled off. Now on board with Landonari, who's now heading into lap 24, and he's looking to do exactly the same thing Piastri's been doing earlier before the red flag. But I'm going to have to quickly point out for the fact that Torosar made a fantastic overtake again more to Ali Dalbon. He moved up into P9, and he's now looking to chase after poor Aldon. But what can Torosar do? It seems like he managed to reinvent himself and looking to try and make a chance to get that P8 and potentially chasing out for UT Tonona and Bam, who would obviously 6th and 7th right now. And now we're going to see the opportunity what Torosar might be able to do as he went around the outside, going side by side, going down on the outside, break later, and he made the move work. Nice work. Had a bit of an overseer, but still managed to make it loaded. That's good. Wow, what a move from Torosar. Very ambitious, and it pays off. But we're now on board with Otto Piastri in lap 25 as he's battling with Pierre Gasly. The last time we actually do have to fight with Paul Alon and Ali Dalbon as they shuffling each other for the P9, and Gasly and Piastri unfortunately still doing side by side, and Russell is hoping for a mistake to happen so he to be there to take it from them, but doesn't seem to be the case. But in lap 26, Ollie Behrman from P7 is now making a move on UT Tonona to take the P6, and it seems like it might actually work out side by side, but Behrman got the other and it's gone new and taken the P6 from Muti to Nona and Toro side. It now got a bit of a sniff for the opportunity as he's now chasing after Muti to Nona, but he is pretty much slower than Behrman, but now in lap 28, the opportunity on lies once again for Piastri. Can he finally get par or not on Pierre Gasly? And he's now got the other, and he seems to have it absolutely exit that he needs to do, and he achieved it. And now not sure he's now going to see his opportunity very soon, and maybe not sure to take the podium, but Lando Norris pulled the gap over 5 seconds already. It's very much safe to say that Lando Norris is likely to win the Hungarian Grand Prix, and George Russell is now making a move on the inside of Pierre Gasly, going down turn 1, and he's gone through, and he's still side by side. Can Gasly send it down the inside or not? It doesn't seem likely. Russell is the main impediment, and the last time now on the pitch, Pepe Martin and Gabby Bortonetto have had a little fight of their own, and Bortonetto is in P10 with Martin in P11, but now lap 39. Gasly could be losing his place to Tim Tratney, who is in P5. That is a fantastic drive from Tratney, a potential third top 5 with the hat for his career, and he's doing it brilliantly well. He's doing fantastic well. We cannot complain on what Tratney is doing this weekend right now. He is driving like a whole different man. But we now heading into the final lap of the Hungarian Grand Prix with Lando Norris leading it, and with 5.8 second lead. Yep, he is safe that Lando Norris is going to win it, and it's safe to say that McLaren were the best team for the track, and the Piastri in second place with 4 seconds over of Russell, but Russell gets the finish on the podium and ascending his podium lead, and that is exceptional for sure. Russell track record, and obviously that'll be a huge help, because being world champion you need consistency, and that is what we're seeing from George Russell. And we got the fighting with Isack Hadjar, who is battling with poor Albon, and Hadjar obviously was involved in the accident with Toro side, but Toro side employed Hadjar to not do nothing. But speaking about someone who couldn't do nothing, Charles Leclerc in P30, so unlucky, but he's on board with Lando Norris, who is now going out the final corner, and he's now going to take the fixed lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Well done to Lando Norris, and the Piastri is going to take second place. Absolutely dominated performances from McLaren, and Russell take third place. Not enough.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
P8.
From this weekend, see what we can improve.
P8 is still good. P8 are still good. Tartan plane.
And here he comes. It's all go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
There's still a long way to go, but these kinds of victories and that kind of consistency is what it takes to get to the end.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
Well done to Lando Norris for fantastic victory he had with the help on that one down to the flag, and Piastri barely even defended down to Lando Norris, or barely even chasing after him. But in his rival standing, Lando Norris now got 14 points over Russell, and McLaren got 93 points ahead of Brittany Motorsport. Obviously, I mention it all the time. McLaren, they are, the construction champion already, no doubt about that. But let's hope in the summer break we will have a much better feeling going toward the second part of the season, and hopefully Russell will be on a different planet and so will Carlos. So then if you're watching, please like and just make the video. Do my very appreciate it, and peace out.